Hello everyone, I am SS, the showstopper, and today is the 29th of August 2023. Now I'm in the comfort of my home. I'm, feeling myself, so I decide to dress down a little bit, so excuse my attire. I'm feeling myself, no makeup, nothing at all. I'm here in my purest form. Now, today, I want to talk about the incarcerated dancehall dark star, according to Anthony Miller, Vybz Kartel, and his supporters who are blaming and attacking YouTube for his views going down and his music not circulating enough in the algorithm for his fans or supporters to be aware that he has good content out or more music out so that they can stream, yada yada yada. Now, if you remember back in my video that I did on Spice and RT Boss and what was happening between them and stuff like that, I explained explicitly that human beings exist in time, in the environment or in the atmosphere of time. That's why we grow, that's why we age, that's why we wither, that's why we get sick, that's why we die. The Almighty God or the universe, as to some people who are non religious or who don't like the controversy that surrounds around the word God, the universe exists in what? Infinite. It exists, it doesn't carry time. It exists eternally, it does not carry time. But human beings exist in time and numbers, numerically, numerology. That's why we pass on in the flesh. Okay? With that being said, Vybz Kartel supporters, I can't direct it to Vybz Kartel because I don't hear him speak out on it or see, read anywhere that he spoke out about it. But to Vybz Kartel supporters, need to understand that everything in time, in the existence of time, carries an expiration date. Everything down to the very trees that grow, they all carries an expiration date. And because of such, nothing lasts forever. Vybz Kartel, I believe, was the dancehall king from the mid to late 2000s, which mid to late 2000s, going on, even after his incarceration. I do believe that he would be crowned the king of dancehall. Beanie Man had it before, but Beanie Man wasn't really putting out the content and the amount of music that Vybz Kartel was doing to maintain that relevance. Vybz Kartel did it even while incarcerated. So it is fair, it's only fair and natural for us to say Vybz Kartel would have been the king of dancehall based on his relevancy. Now, based on sales and etc., we would have given it to Sean Paul because it's proven it's not only what you say or how relevant you are or the controversies that keeps you in the media, but also sales and plaque. So on a broader scale, people would grade it Sean Paul as the king of dancehall based on sales. Back to my point. Because everything has an expiration date, the relevancy of Vybz Kartel will eventually dwindle. Whether you like it or dislike it, it has nothing to do with YouTube. And if YouTube was the only source to save Vybz Kartel career, it therefore means that he would have had none to begin with. He would have had none to begin with. So, with that being said, Vybz Kartel has outlived this time, or outweighed this time, or outlived this welcome, or outweighed this welcome. You understand me? In the space of relevancy, not in dancehall, not in entertainment, but in the space of relevancy where being trendy is concerned and being in the mouth of everyone all day, every day, and being a hot topic. Vybz Kartel would have outlived that form of relevancy and that form of status. There are so many new artists coming, and they're coming with their own story. They're coming with their own controversies in some cases. They're coming with their own crowd, and people support them. And they're their own individual. And because of such, people are going to move towards them. Like I said, nothing lasts forever. People are going to move towards them. So whether the algorithm is showing this or showing that, you can't rely on YouTube only to for relevancy. He has been incarcerated for a great deal of time. He was in ADSEG or advanced segregation because he was caught with a phone, according to them, and stuff like that. And so many things have been circled around what has taken place, or what took place with Cartel, that makes the content that he put out dwindle, meaning that people are jumping and prompting to see these things anymore. You understand me? It matters not when your time comes, and when the expiration date comes. When it comes to relevancy, controversy, staying trendy, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. What can possibly work is if he was collaborating with current artists to keep that oomph going. But unfortunately, because he was initially banned from recording while incarcerated, and there are so many things that are taking place and revealing to the mass of the people, whether you guys like it or not, from Politics Watch, which we've seen, and from other outlets, news outlet that we've seen, it's putting a damper on his imagery, on his character, on his status as a dancehall artist. And because of such, people are looking at it sideways. People are looking at it sideways. And so his relevance is going to dwindle. He used to also get a lot of airplay, radio airplay. We don't see that since his incarceration. So let's be practical. Let's be frank. Let's speak the truth. Let's be open. Let's be honest. There are way too many things that are going on right now as we speak, that's going to sink, or that's going to overshadow or overpower the relevancy and the status of Vybz Kartel. Understand? So that has to take into consideration. Another thing that also helped damper Vybz Kartel, I spoke about it in the Vybz Kartel and Sharty, the Winnie Mandela effect, and the reasons Vybz Kartel. Also, I put it in another video called Mistakes Vybz Kartel Make. Yes, I think that's the video that I put it in. And I said, it's important for you to know who your fan base is, or your supporters. His supporters were mainly women. The men like him because they like the badness that he promotes and profess to in entertainment. Whether he was living that life, yes or no, they like the content that he put out. But his main supporters for his music were women, were females. You understand me? He put out an entire album supporting Tanisha, who is his baby mother, and was doing this, doing that. People liked it, people endorsed it, whatever. Even though the sales dwindled, that's why I don't call it fans, I call them supporters. Because fans are people who are going to actually buy your album and be interested in the things that you are putting out there. You understand me? But with that being said, I digress. He put out an album dedicated to Shorty. And in the space of months, I think, he put out another album, and he's dedicating and professing his love to this woman that not many of us know, who happens to be white or Caucasian or a non-black. I don't know. She seems Caucasian, because being Asiatic or Middle Eastern, to that you have Caucasian phenotype. So it comes under being a Caucasoid, a Caucasian individual. So he's professing his love for this woman that we know nothing about. And people are going to look at it sideways because what? His main fan base are women, and they just happen to be women who are of darker hue, women who are melanated, who support him. So they are going to go, they are going to part ways. That's just how the cookie crumbles. You understand me? They are going to part ways from him because they realize that something is happening wherein it seems as if he's betraying Tanisha, because you can't write an album or record an album, I should say, dedicated to one baby mother who happens to be a darker you, and then in a matter of months you're putting out another album and it's dedicated to a woman who is not the mother of your child or children, and also just the mere fact that you are engaged to this woman also. So a lot of things have brought up that are controversial, that didn't sit well with his supporters, who were women who happen to be melanated, and so they just decide to move on to the next best thing, who is whoever that's out there. It's very hard, but sometimes we have to swallow the bitter medicine. Sometimes you have to look at the harsh reality that's out there. He did a lot of things that didn't sit well with people who support him and people who stood there for him, which were melanated women. And because of such, they have decided to part ways. So it's not YouTube that's doing anything, because I see wherein I put out some videos and stuff like that. I don't have 1,000. I'm not being monetized. But I will put out one and two videos and it just happened to soup and went out. You understand me? Like the one I did on Miss Kitty, the one I did on Sir P Politics Watch. And recently I just did one on Chris Brown. Now check the amount of videos in between that I did. They didn't gain any traction. You understand me? Based on the content, people just aren't interested, or maybe because I recorded them and not showing my face also, that could also be a contributor factor. I don't know. But with that being said, at the end of the day, there are certain things that are going to just spark, and there are things that are just going to be dim. You understand me? And as a vlogger said in his report about the whole Vybz Kartel and fans on YouTube and all these things, he said that certain things that were frolicking around where people were constantly reporting on Vybz Kartel is not anymore. And so the algorithm itself going to feed something else. And that is so true. There was also Alkaline, who was always number one, who was always a million in a week. He was the first, I think, to go a million in a week, a million views in a week. Now Alkaline is seeing 500,000 in a week. In 2 weeks, he's seeing it. He still goes a million, but it takes a while longer. You understand me? And he's building up Vybz. Alkaline supporters aren't necessarily complaining. They're standing behind him just the same. They're pushing him just the same. There are just other artists out there who people are paying attention to and have other stories behind them that people are paying attention to. Does that take away from Alkaline? No, it doesn't, because he's getting bookings, he's doing his thing, and all these kind of things. We have to take it into consideration. But at the end of the day, people are going to move on to something else. So it's your duty to do something, whether it be a collab, whether it be something that you're putting out on yourself, and have people speak about it. It is social media, and that's how it works. There's nothing many people can do about it. Vybz Kartel himself should know this, because all media houses always used to report on him. I think he had close allies with Star, so they report on him and they bad report other artists also. So he was always in the mouth of people. That's not anymore. They're moving on to other artists. They're reporting other things that are relevant and other things that are current that are taking place. And it's the same thing that's happening on social media, in particular YouTube. And because of such, his music are not going to get the same views. Is not going to get the same support. It's not going to be the same as before. Everything has its time limit. Everything has its expiration date. You understand me? So maybe Vybz Kartel, like I said, was collaborating with artists and stuff like that, then that would possibly work. There's Sean Paul out there who sells. Sean Paul sells like a mother. He does very well. Sean Paul is out there. He did a song with Shaggy and Spice, and they went, I think, what, platinum or gold or whatever they came. But they got an award. They got a plaque for it, which means that it is selling. You understand me? And also, while being incarcerated, there's only a limited amount your artist can really do to the supporters. There's not much he can do. He has his health problem that he has to focus on. He has this case where he's fighting for his life to get out of prison and stuff like that. And then come his lawyer, who is a big dumbass, saying things that is marring and tainting what the man is trying to do to get himself out of prison. You understand me? I think Vybz Kartel, whoever it is that is in Ninja Man's corner, Vybz Kartel probably need to hire that kind of PR team. Because while Ninja Man has limited access and doing a life imprisonment, like Vybz Kartel, whoever it is that is putting out information on Ninja Man is doing a very awesome job. They just need to put out more. You understand me? They're doing an awesome job to save the image and the character of Ninja Man. So whenever it is that he puts out his appeal or stuff, they can look into it and see that even though this man was given a life sentence, eligible after 25 years for parole, we can see steps wherein his reputation, his image, what he's doing is constructive and all those kind of things. I think Vybz Kartel need to hire that PR team. Understand me? So these are the nuances that centers around your artist, and because of such, it's not going to it's distracting from the music that people like, that people love, that people enjoy. The spirit of it has dwindled. You have to accept it. The energy that encircles this music is not anymore. Because guess what? There are other artists that are putting out the same thing. And it's not just about oral sex and female degradation, degrading women anymore. And women being proud of it anymore. It's also the science or the obia. It's also about making money. It's also all about these kind of things that these guys are putting out, and it is being looked at, it is being watched, it is being observed. Yes, it is negative. We know it's negative, it's not positive. I'm not going to get into the realm of that or the discussion of that. That's another topic. I'm only pulling a reference as to what's taking place, why these artists, upcoming artists, new artists, fresh artists are more relevant. They have their freedom with them. They have stories to tell. They have people who are supporting them also. And because of such, they constantly rotate in the algorithm. Bloggers constantly speak about them because they're coming with a story. And also their music, we have to admit that these guys are very talented. From the Malidan to Craft to Valiant to Skeng to Pablo YG, all of this, regardless of his interview, and it sounds as if he has a speech impediment problem, like myself. You understand me? Regardless of that, we have to admit that these guys are very talented. I don't know if they're writing all their songs or they have a songwriter, because people do hire ghostwriters. Because sometimes you find it strange that these guys can write so well, but then they can't put two and two together. They can't complete a sentence. You understand me? But at the end of the day, my point is they are very talented. If they have a ghostwriter, the ghostwriter is doing a very good job. And also, they paid their way through. A lot of them made money and they paid their way through to music. So their relevant stands. They paid for that. Their relevant stands. They owe nobody anything because they had to pay their way. They have to go through a lot of robbery, a lot of insults, a lot of disrespect. I was in music, doing music, didn't have a hit song. I went through the same thing. Disrespect. You understand me? So they paved their way, they stamped their name in this, and they have their relevancy, they have their team, they have people who support them, they have their supporters. We have to admit that. So that's how the cookie crumbles. You understand me? So you can't necessarily be blaming YouTube and be blaming this platform, that platform. You can't. You guys have to come together and support your artists. If you were real true Vybz Kartel supporters, what's the issue? You go and you look at his songs, you go and pass it on like what you guys normally do, and you create space where you sit down and you have a discussion about it and what's taking place with his music. It's just that simple. That's what other artists are doing. Alkaline is fighting for his relevancy. Just the same. Beanie Man, after doing so many decades in music, is constantly putting out music. Beanie Man is up there just the same. He's putting out an album and stuff like that. This is what they are doing. You understand me? They have to get their team and they're fighting because Beanie Man has been in it for decades. Beanie Man knows the art of music and how relevancy goes. So he's not going to be in a situation where he's going to blame people and blame this or compete with the young artists and do this and do that. Beanie Man has been in it. So he knows. He knows there are times when you're going to go down. He knows there are times when someone new is going to come. So it's your duty as an artist to reinvent yourself, to collaborate, to stay relevant, to do this. And you don't have to be centering it around dark, controversial things. It doesn't have to be. You understand me? So that, with that being said, guys, you need to understand and you need to stop blaming people. You need to stop attacking people and stop attacking social media platforms and all of these things. Remember, YouTube is a money-making giant. They're in business to make money. They're making money off people. That's what they do. So if they see something that is constantly being talked about and circulated, that's what they're going to push to the forefront. If you have to dial SS Devil Advocate to search for me in order to find me, that's just how it is. Until I become that relevant or a household name where people decide to sit and speak about this vlogger, yours truly, you understand me? I just have to accept the harsh reality that I'm just not circulating in the algorithm like others. And I have to work for that. That's just how the cookie crumbles. You understand me? There are people out there with 100,000 subscribers and they can't get 10,000 views. They can't get 10,000 views because people, it's just what they're speaking on and their content. It's just not what's being talked about or what's being. So you see why people keep on saying that people doing this and people sitting down and they're talking about this and that, because it's what's relevant. People are here to make money. Yes, we're going to speak on issues that make sense, issues that are troubling, but at the same time, people are in business to make money. People attack these bloggers who report on crime at all times and say why they do this. They are doing it and they are also in business to make money. The most they can do is spread awareness. The most they can do is spread awareness and let you know what's happening, who's committing the crime, what and what and what. what took place and so. But they're also doing it to make money. This is time and effort being spent sitting down, speaking to the public, giving them information. So if you want to see something else, you simply type it in. Anything that you are interested in seeing, you can simply type it in. If you want content that's not about crime, you can type yours truly, SS Devil Advocate, and you can see my content and all the good stuff. If you want to see something on here, there's hairstyle entertainment, there's entertainment bloggers, there's so many out there. You understand me? So that's what I'm saying. I draw that point to let you know that's how relevancy is when it comes to social media. So if Vybz Kartel, your supporters want you to be relevant and want to keep you relevant, you just have to do the do, as they say. You just have to do the do. You just have to do what needs to be done to keep relevant in the space of social media and to keep your music streaming. You understand me? You have to talk about your artist. You have to incorporate the songs that he's putting out, incorporating all these kind of things. Gone are the days where you just need a freaky girl to come out there and put out this and put out that. No, it doesn't work like that anymore. That alone will not be it or not be the only thing that drive viewership. You understand? You have to have something out there. We don't take that from Vybz Kartel that he's talented. We can't do that. You understand me? Because we know he is talented. He revolutionized dancehall. Whether it be positive or negative, that's another story for another day. He revolutionized dancehall. He also, his fan base, or his supporters, I should say, who are mainly women, also felt betrayed. They felt that they were betrayed. They felt that they were betrayed because he came up doing, as I said before, one album for his baby mother and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden he's doing an album dedicating and professing his love to a woman he's engaged to. But you understand me, who happens to be white. So this is just not gonna sit well. It happens all over. It happens all over. It happens all over. You understand me? A lot of people were coming. Doja Cat was a prime example. A lot of people wanted to cancel Doja Cat because she's a light-skinned girl, and you know, dark-skinned human, they tend to gravitate towards light-skinned females. Now, when they find out that she like white guys or guys who happen to be white, they wanted to cancel Doja Cat. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. Good thing our music was already being pushed in the white community or in that space. So, you know, her team that she had knew how to push her music and know how to keep her relevant in that space. Do you understand me? So Vybz Kartel, you need a team. I suggest you consult the ones who are dealing with Ninja Man and stuff like that, because you are also incarcerated, and find a way wherein you can reach the people a lot more, and not just about your court case and stuff like that, but also your music, and make sure that they always speak on the new song or the latest song that you put out. You understand me? And promotions go, you know, all that good stuff keep going on. So he can, because he's in prison, he need money also. You understand me? He has his sons coming up and their music aren't doing well either. Their music aren't doing well. They aren't getting bookings like that. So it's just the harsh reality. Things and time change. Things and time change. Everything has an expiration date, and you have to reinvent yourself and not pivot off your father good name. You just have to just do the do and hire your team and get them out there to put you out there, and not just the fact that you are the son of Vybz Kartel or the sons of Vybz Kartel. You understand? You just have to do your own thing. There's Jazeel Myrie, who is the son of legendary singer Buju Banton. He's doing his own thing. He's pushing his music his way. He's not just pivoting off his dad's career. He's trying to make a name for himself, and it's hard work. It's hard work and dedication, but he's trying his very, very best. You understand me? And he just have to appreciate small. He has to appreciate small mercies that come along, in hoping that one of his songs will go viral and he will become a household name eventually, so people can start streaming his music more. That's just how the game is. You know, I'm sorry, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just the harsh reality, and you guys have to just, you know, look at it and just be there for your artist and support him if you are really loyal supporters and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say about it. I hope you guys don't take offense to it or look at me sideways, you know, and all that stuff. And I just hope that you really look into it and support your artist in the most, you know, sincere way, and let things be organic. Let things be organic. If you're supporting the artist, you support the artist. Do like what Alkaline fan base and supporters do. They're very organic. They don't come soliciting and attacking other social media platform, they are organically supporting him. So if you only get 10 views and all that, they organically supporting. That's just how it is. You make things pure and sincere. You understand? That's just how it is. Stop blaming people, stop attacking people. It's not looking good. You understand me? Just do what you have to do to get his views up and support your artist. That's what you need to do. Okay? Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. God bless you.